Today's new lesson is 11.7 multiplication using the double and half strategy to multiply dollar and cents. So this is a little bit more real world math. This is the type of thing that I would use in the real world, and I'm going to give you some examples and help you through some of this lesson. But I think this is a very worthwhile strategy to be able to at least consider and look a little closer at. Before we get into the bulk of that teaching about dollars and cents, let's just do a little bit of warm up here. What we're going to do is we need to come up with two numbers that when we multiply them together, we'll get 60. We know that the value of both of these numbers are meters, but for now, we're just going to look for numbers, and we're not going to worry about putting the M for meters in place at all. So just think, what two numbers could you multiply times each other to get to 60? Well, let's just do it this way. We could take 1 and take it times 60. Wouldn't that be so simple? Okay, but is that the only way that we could get to that number? Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and try. I'm going to give you like a little glimpse at the strategy we're going to use. Let's take this number and let's divide this by half. So half of 60 is 30. And if we divide this in half, we're going to multiply this by 2. So half of this, double this. So double of 1 is 2. If we take 2 times 30, do we still get 60? The answer is yes. Let's try and do that again. We'll do that a few different times. Okay, let's see. Can we take half of this? Well, we sure can. Half of 30 is 15. If we half this, then we have to double this, 4. So now we're left with 4 times 15, which does equal 60. We could continue to half this and double this one, and we'll still get 60 for our answer. Well, that's cool. Let's see if we can do if this works going the other way, where we're not just having this number. Let's say we're going to half this first number. So that first number, if we were to say half, I'm going to write this as a decimal. You could write it as a fraction. So if we half that, we're going to double this. So 1/2 or 5/10 times 120 does really give me 60 for an answer. We could do that again. Half of 5/10 is 25 hundredths. So if we're going to half that, we're going to double this. Double 120 is 240. And I guarantee you that if we multiply 240 times 20.25, we're going to get 60 square meters. Now we can at least look at a strategy using some money here at least. Let's say that we're going out and we're going to go buy 8 things for $3.50 each. Well, I need a way to be able to figure out what 8 times $3.50 is. That's not the simplest math in the world. I'd really love to be able to get this to be a whole number. Let's see, if we half this, instead of 8, we're going to have 4. Half that, and double this. Well, 350 plus 350 is 7. I have a strategy now to solve this amount. As long as I know my multiplication tables, I can take 4 times 7 as whole numbers, and I know that my answer is going to be 28. Realize that I could continue to do that just like we did on that previous slide. Let's take half of this. Let's take double this. Wow. And as long as I can still keep having it and have whole numbers, I could keep doing it. Half of 2 is 1. Oh my. And double this, 14, is 28. Wow, that's fantastic. Now let's pick another one to do this. This one we can only have this one once before we get into a number with a decimal fraction. So let's half this, which will get 3, and we'll double this. We get $4.50. That's not the easiest number in the world to multiply, but it's easier than saying 6 times 2 and 20 and a quarter. So 2 and a quarter is now becomes $4.50, and then instead of having 6, I have 3. I can do this. Okay, so what this is really telling me is this is still hard math. I can go ahead and change this into an addition problem. 450 plus 450 plus 450. Oh, I can do that. I can get $13.50. 450 plus 450 is $9.50, or is $9 plus 450 more is $13.50. So this, boy, I'd really love to get to a whole number. But we may not get there. Let's half this, and let's double that. Okay, so double this is $1.50. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Let's see if I double this again, or half this again, and double this again if it gives me a whole number. Half of 6 is 3, and double this is, 3. I can do that. 3 times 3 is 9. So the same thing is going to be my answer. 12 times 75 cents is $9. Woo! For me, this is about really just getting to where I can multiply two whole numbers together. If I can, I want to. If I can't, I at least want to be multiplying something that can at least get me to a whole number occasionally, like that $4.50 times 3. I knew that I could get to a whole number. 450 times 2 is going to be 9, and then another 450 would give me 1350. So I've kind of looked over the step in. I don't necessarily know that I like it, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. How could you calculate the cost of buying 12 issues of this comic book? 12 of these at $1.25 a piece. So we'll just go ahead and write what's going on. I doubled $1.25. Okay, so he's saying he doubled it and then he doubled again to figure out the cost of 4 issues. That's $5, and 12 times $1.25 is the same as 3 times 5, which is 15. How did he get that? Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. I'm going to use this space to help figure out what that person really did. So we can see, oh man, I hate doing this. We've got $1.25 times 12. We're going to half this, so we get 6, and we're going to double this. So 125 plus 125 gives me 250. I could probably do this math. Remember, I'm going to want to try and get it to a whole number. And 250, I can get that to a whole number. I can half this again. And I've got the number 3. That's a dollar, not a dollar amount. This 250 is a dollar amount, but I double this, and I get $5. So 5 times 3 that's exactly what was going on. So those 3 books or 12 copies of the same book is $15. Now you're welcome to kind of look through and try and figure out what they're trying to teach you this as well. But I think if you kind of go with what I've been leading you with, and that'd be the good way to go. Okay, we'll look at here the step up. We're going to double one number and half the other to make a problem that is easier to solve. If necessary, we're going to repeat this step and write the product. Now I say if this is necessary. For me, I felt like it was necessary to double this and then double it again. So you might be able to get to where you can half and double here. Let's see what happens here. Half of 4 is 2, and double this. That's a little bit harder, but I can say $1.75 plus $1.75. Add those together. I get $3.50. Okay, well, 2 times $3.50. I can do that in my head. Let's go ahead and take it one more step. See if we can make this a whole number. Let's half this and double this. Oh, and look at that. In doing that, we figured out our answer is $7. Now, I'm not always going to be able to double and half something 2 times and make enough sense. But let's see, 6 times 250. I'm going to half 6, I'll get 3, and I double 250, and I get 5. Well, I've got 2 whole numbers. I don't need to do that anymore. 3 times 5 is 15. Here's one more. Let's see. I might double it twice. We'll see. Half of 4 is 2. Double $1.25 is $2.50. And then it's kind of a toss-up. Up to you whether you want to half this and double that, or if that helps you to do this, can go for it. Otherwise, just say 2 times 250 is going to be $5. I hope you get the essence of what we're trying to do. This is a very worthwhile strategy when you go to the store. Believe me, you'll see this when you start spending some of your own money and buying more than one set of the same thing and trying to come up with, well, how much is that going to cost me if I do that? There are some difficult ones in here. We've got 24 and 32, but these are numbers that we can have. And that's going to make it's going to bring this number here, 32, down. If we half it, it gets to 16. If we half it again, we'll get to 8. And if we can get it down to 8, maybe it'll be a little bit easier for us to multiply. Use the same strategy to calculate these. So basically, you're going to come up with answers in the same way that you are coming up with answers for the above part. You'll double and your half to come up with your answers. Number 4 says write some equations involve money that you can solve by doubling and halving. Ooh, this could be a variety of ways to do this. So good luck there. And then this bottom one. Hassan has $20 to spend on his comic books, which write the greatest number of each issue he can buy. He can spend $20. So which one of these can he buy the greatest number of each issue? And, well, this is actually going to be simplest if we think first. We could solve for each one of these if we have $20. We could do the division, take $1.75 into 20, or we could just simply eliminate ones that we know. If it costs $2.25 to buy one, we're not going to be able to buy as many as we would if we were able to spend a smaller amount for that one issue. So I really don't need to figure out that answer or this answer. The only one that I need to come up with a number of issues I can buy, it would be dividing $1.45 into $20. And let's see, does it double and half strategy work with this? Let's half 20, so we have 10, and let's double this. Oh, and that's not going to be right. We're not going to be multiplying that anyway. Maybe we need to do this. So 1 times, I think I would like to leave this up to you guys to see how are we going to figure this out. I think division's the right way to go. But maybe you have another strategy to find out just how many issues that Hassan could buy at $1.45 a piece.